Monsters Quest, Aurora Planet, Our Lasting, whatever name you know the game by. Today we learn Himea's Beginner's Guide. So the timestamps will be down below, but that's if I figure out how to do that. Number 1. What yabi are good? Firstly, there's no such thing as the best yabi. Remember that. Type advantage is a thing in this game, so treat it as if it's like life and death. Generally, you want to build one Pokemon, you want to build one Yabi from each type. Okay, back to the main point. Here's a list of mons that I believe are pretty well rounded and will carry you through your beginner's journey. So, Wolfie, ancient type, doesn't have too many type disadvantages. Granny, she debuffs her opponents and buffs herself, really good for long battles. Yeah boy, this one comes with a plan, completely free too, so don't waste your resources on him and read his skills, they're not bad. Rhea, this one's more for like a really beginner starting Yabi. And she basically just doesn't die. Well, she does, but like she will annoy the hell out of your opponents. Instead of Rhea, your fourth Yabi can also be Essa. This one's just pure damage. Sarah. So I personally don't really build her, but she basically lasts longer than Rhea, just doesn't die, and she's a fairy type. Manny! People usually drop her, but she's really good at clearing Crown Tower for me, and she's so cute. Roro. This one's mainly for Black Hole 5 and above, and is pretty helpful in clearing Nick's Ascension. The water and fire starters are actually pretty good, especially the fire starter, good for Black Hole 5 and above. Yeah. Quick disclaimer, these Yabi are actually really good, but because they're really hard to ascend, so I'm not adding them in the beginner's guide. Number 2, how to get good. Let me stress, level isn't everything. Alright, let's look at some Yabi. Okay, so what do we have here? Level 100, Legend Talent, 2 stars, and no equipment. Now, what do we notice? 5,000 BP? Now let's look at the free Gear Boy. Level 100, Talent Mythic, 5 stars, and equipment, 7,000 BP. Do you notice the difference? That's pretty big. But if we look at this Yabi, my baby Mooney, 10,000, 7,000, 10,000, 7,000. The difference is basically 1 star, 1 talent more, and this equipment. Equipment is really important for those last 3,000-ish, 2,000 to 3,000 BP. So, what did we learn? Number 1, genes. Genes cost food, food is scarce, so plan accordingly. Remember the 4 Yabi, and that's what you're going to prioritize. And how or why, you may ask? Let's check. So, let's take a look at Mooney. Now, look at this. Her food feeds 4 different types. So let's say we're going to build Gear Boy, we're going to build Wolfie, and we're going to build Mooney. Where are you going to get all that food from? I don't know. Farming. Okay, cool, farming. But look how much it eats. It wants 30 of these, 7 of these, 30 of these. That's a lot. And look how much it needs. Every time you want to roll this big gene for the golden genes. See how they have a different plus? So maximum is 22 for the big ones. If you want to roll for it, cost food and money. As you can see, I'm not the richest on this game, but so aren't you. Number 2 is talent. Talent is also really important, especially talent level 6. It has to do with your ultimate skill. Now, you should always read Yabi ultimate skill and see what talent level 6 does, because sometimes that decides whether or not you want to use that Yabi. Number 3 is gear. But before that, I know some of you will ask, but how do I level my Yabi? Well, Part 3, Gear/Equipment. So I generally save my wishing stones for rate up events only, and you guys should do the same. Learn to save, guys. Now, gold gear, 4 set, almost like an extra ability. Orange gear, 2 set, basically like status up. 4 orange gears do stack. Purple gear, up to you. So, fostering. When upgrading your gear, the stats really depend on your own team strategy and how you're going to play out your team. If you want your Yabi to be really fast or really OP attack or tanky, that's how you do the sub-stats. But I personally just go by the main stat. I follow whatever the main stat is. I just same sub-stat. And also make sure when you are doing the star up, you use these star sources instead of the actual gear, because you could have used that gear for someone else. If you don't know what gear to put on what Yabi, I recommend clicking on the recommended. So there's a recommended button, it tells you what each gear does, and it has that little button to show you which Yabi suits which. Obviously I'm not using the right one because I'm playing by a different strategy. Which brings me to my next part. Strategy is pretty important to what gear, what armor you're going to choose, because does your Yabi have sustain? Does your Yabi have a high crit chance? Is your Yabi multi-hit? Because those all go with different gear. And how do we get gear? Let's see. You can get gear shards from farming black hole, and BH6 and above actually drop golden gear. Or you can just do the exchange, like they drop shards and you can exchange it here, or you can do this deluxe gear chest, and you could do crack. So farming crack can give you the wishing stones and the gear upgrades. And wishing stone is used in the shop for summoning. So part 4 is just some extra notes and tips. This patch actually gives pretty good rewards. The arena shop is not bad as well. Farm shop is basically like cheating your way out of not farming food. Blessing of Koi and Guild Shop. And that's all I got for ya. If you're a random, please play Monsters Quest. You won't regret it. And if you're a guild member, you know what's up.